Ooh, the party.
Hey everybody, this is Roy Richardson, your friendly neighborhood tech troublemaker, and it is my honor to have a guest on tonight. We're going to talk about content creation. I don't know if this happens to you, but I just forget. I just can't. What do I do next? What's my next video supposed to be about? And I'm like stumped. I'm trying to figure out, what do I do next? And the awesome thing is, I have Liz on the night. She is going to talk about it. She has been an event planner for a long time and just really big on Facebook. And now she's taking those skills and using them on YouTube. And so I'm excited to bring her on. Liz, how are you doing tonight?
Hey, it's a good night. How you doing? It's even better. I got confetti floating on me.
Yeah.
How are you doing tonight?
I am doing great. Tell us about kind of how you got started and what kind of motivated you to pivot from live events to working more so with YouTube. And then later on, we're going to talk about, you guys stick around for the end, we're going to talk about a really special program that she is starting in April that you need to know about. So please, but yeah, tell us about yourself.
So my background, I've been working in events and marketing actually for over 20 years, but even before my corporate career, events were a big part of my family life. I have a huge family, and it was always like a core part of gathering. So it was a natural part. Eventually, I worked at Ford Motor Company, and I did numerous industry and executive reviews, trade shows all over the United States and Europe. Did that for about 10 years, and then finally decided it was time to start a family. And I eventually started my own agency. We were doing a lot of the really large events in Michigan for companies like Hurley Medical Center, United Way. I did Chevy's 100th anniversary, multiple events for Chrysler, and I had an incredibly successful agency, including a publication that we produce called Kudos Magazine, which is focused on healthy, happy living. A lot of times this would accompany the events we were doing. And I was doing video, but for the most part, it was edited video, even if we were doing interviews.
Okay.
And during the course of the shutdown, I think a lot of us became acclimated with some of the tools out there. And one of them that I was introduced to was Ecamm. And after some practice and focus on trying to understand the software, I started seeing how powerful it was in being able to eliminate edit hours, being able to convey messages very crisp in a fast way, for it being live. And I was hooked. So I started implementing some different things for online events, including some challenges and workshops that we hosted. And through different exposure, I've been able to pick up a couple of clients that are actually in different states. I'm in Michigan, and I have two clients that I've worked with that are out in California. So I'm able to live remote produce their event. They're all the way on the other side of the country. And then I'm sort of controlling it behind the scenes. So I think in business, it's key to be able to be flexible and pivot. But during the past 2 years, extraordinary requirements for pivoting to be able to survive was something that many of us faced, including myself. So that's sort of what led me into live streaming. And ultimately, it's a blessing because I found a passion that I didn't know that I have. I want to learn more, and the community has been incredible. There was a lot of negativity that was floating around, still a little bit, but for some reason, especially in the Ecamm community, there are a lot of innovative minds that want to bring out the best in each other and to kind of encourage that. So I just feel like I was really blessed by the Lord during something that was bad, that good things are coming out of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. Ecamm, and it's not a promotion I guess it's a promotion, but this isn't a promotional video. But Ecamm is just
No.
my
Yeah.
favorite platform for the Mac, and just I've used OBS and I've played with some others, and
Yeah.
I really like Ecamm. So
Yeah, and I had used other ones too, like Be Live and
yeah.
StreamYard, and they're great. And no, and I'm not being paid to say that for Ecamm. I'm just speaking from the heart. It was
Though we will
good.
accept
Yeah.
checks. If you wish to send us checks, contact me. I
There you
will
go.
give you my address. So, yeah. So tonight we're going to do, like I say, we're going to hit the board. So we're going to talk about, you get stuck on content creation. What are things you can do? And so here we go. As I like to say, we hit the board. So here we are, as always. And Mommy Lala's out there.
Oh, I love
Hey,
some Mommy
hey,
Lala time.
Mommy. Hey, Mommy, how you doing? Yep, just made it on the live. So, yay, welcome. All right, so let's get started. All right, first of all, here's some tools that you can use right now that will help you come up with creative. Because I get stuck. I'm like, what do I do a video on next? I'm like, I'm stuck. What can I do it? So one thing you can do is you can do keyword trends. You can go out to Google Trends website. You can go, and then some paid tools like TubeBuddy and vidIQ, and also keywordtool.io. They all work great. They have two of those have free programs that you can use to do some keyword search, and they're pretty good. To really get the most out of them, you have to pay for their services. And we've had some previous videos where we talked a little bit about each of these services and what they do and how much they cost. It may be time to revisit that on a later episode. So there we go. I've got an idea for a video already. See, literally in the middle of a video, I had an idea for a video. That's how this is supposed to work, right?
Get that
So
inspiration.
yeah, do you use keyword research for event planning, for example? I mean, how do you figure out what you're gonna do, content wise in your videos and such?
Well, I think for in-person events, it's a little bit different. It's understanding some of the latest trends that are happening, but some of that also applies to online events. What are things that are engaging and keeping the flow going so that it's not boring? Just before we were coming on, you were talking about pattern disruptors and things to keep that flow going. We live in a time that people have very small attention spans. So I think it's important to know how to produce content that they want and then showcase it in a way that is easy for them to consume. Checking out what other people are doing can sometimes help, but sometimes I like to actually just unplug from everything that I'm seeing online, go outside for a fresh walk outside in the
Mm-hmm.
air and get some inspiration, and even doing some other things aside from keyword searching could be learning something new, finding out what was so inspiring that moved you, and then sharing that with other people. So part of it is becoming clear with the things that are moving you and that you think can help other people, where it's not
Yeah,
self-serving.
that's true. I completely agree with that. That's I have to get away from my desk multiple times during the day. My day job makes me insane. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
all right, let's see. The next tip we have is channel analytics. So, going through your channel analytics and seeing what videos did the best on your channel. Maybe it's time to do like a, Google search part 2, which is something I've done, or more with parallels. My parallels videos seem to do really well on my channel. Or I do a follow-up video. Say I did a review of this product, and now it's 6 months later. Let me tell you how well that product's been working for me since I did the review or since I did the unboxing. So those are just things that you can use as different ideas. And then YouTube Autocomplete. This is one of my favorites because you can go to YouTube and go to the search. In case you don't know, YouTube is the biggest search engine in the world. I mean, absolutely the biggest search engine in the world, behind Google, of course. And you can do search right there. Do you use YouTube a lot to do searches? I'm to kind of figure out
I
topics and that
use
type of
I
thing.
use YouTube a lot to learn things. In fact, even to learn how to do live streaming, I used it a lot. But one thing you can pay attention to is even the videos that you're searching, how many comments are in there,
Mm-hmm.
what are the likes, how are people engaging with that content? That can definitely be helpful. Going back to that last scene that you were talking about too on the continuation parts,
Yeah.
it reminds me of the 70s and the 80s. Remember we'd watch, sitcoms, and then they'd have the "to be
To be
continued." So
continued.
you
Yes.
you know you had to tune in next week because you needed to know what's gonna happen. So I think that some of the old school things that we did, if we learn how to reapply it like you did there, we can, find new ways of using those old strategies. It's very smart. Yeah.
Yeah, some of my favorite shows. Now, so Apple's caught on, and now they do one episode a week of some of the shows I like. So I'm like, I've got to wait till next week for Ted Lasso. Of course, now I'm waiting till next season for Ted Lasso. But anyway, that's beside the point. Okay, go back to boards.
Okay, so YouTube's great.
Yep. Google AdWords. So yes, AdWords to actually buy a word costs money, but you can use the AdWords you go and set up an AdWords account. And if you ever get monetized, you have to have an AdWords account anyway to get paid. So the cool thing about YouTube, Google AdWords, is that you can do keyword search there, and they'll tell you what words are very popular. Obviously, if it's a word they charge you a lot of money to use, it must be a pretty popular word. So that's kind of one way to kind of get you there. Do you use Google? You probably have used Google AdWords perhaps promote events. Is that something?
No, actually, I haven't. I
Okay.
haven't used. I do have a AdWords account. I've used it just a couple of times, but for a lot of the content that we've produced, it's been predominantly in Facebook. One of the strategies that I use is an organic approach
Hmm.
of building niche communities. So, in the past, like I had one Facebook page, Cup of Kudos. It was up to like 39,000 fans. We were getting a
Wow.
reach of like 950,000. But with time, you start to identify that some of those are metric numbers that don't really matter. They're vanity.
Hmm.
Sometimes, depending on what your purpose is with social media, sometimes it's about finding these micro niche communities like I have and customizing sort of the content around that. So the approach we use is a little bit different because it's really focused on this organic grassroots approach. But as I perfect this, I'd like to get into more of the things like the Google ads. But for the most part, the ads that we have run have been on Facebook and then really building out a strong grassroots community.
Hmm. Yeah, I have a love-hate relationship with Facebook. And
I
so right
know.
now I've decided I'm going to focus on YouTube, and then when I get YouTube where I want, then I'll return to Facebook and see if I want to do something there. And
I
that's why
think
I
it's
haven't
smart.
done any of that multi-streaming where I'm going to YouTube and Facebook. I'm like, no, I want to drive everybody to YouTube for now, and then later I'll try to do
How
something
do you
more
like
interesting.
that approach? How do you like that approach of just doing the straight line to one platform? Is that working good for you?
Well, with Ecamm, yeah, it works beautifully. But
Good.
YouTube is hard, and so it's really hard to try. And Facebook is hard. I think
Mhm.
obviously you've mastered it, but for me, YouTube is hard. But I am slowly learning and getting better every day, and getting more and more subscribers, and more views, and so it's growing. And my
Mhm.
content I've been doing mostly lately has been evergreen type content that should be good for a long time. And instead, I'm not a viral video kind of person. So this is the
Mhm.
approach that I use.
And I think that that's actually something, important that you just shared. I think with YouTube, it's almost more of a long-term format where people can come back and search that for, a year, 2, 5 years. And Facebook, it's a little bit different because it's more the most recent content
Yeah.
or maybe like, something stellar that went really viral and it keeps feeding through the system. But it's 2 different approaches. And I think it's important for content creators to know 2 different platforms, 2 different strategies, 2 different purposes, but you can have overlapping content as well.
Yeah. I was going to say, Lala, by the way, she was telling me that she's here with Tina Wankanobi, who also have the cool channel, and that Tina's driving and she isn't because Lala told me, she's like, I don't know if I'm going to make it because I'm going to be driving somewhere. So she's like, no, I'm not driving, so it's okay for me to comment. So
Oh, she's so beautiful. She's so supportive of everyone. Just,
she's
and that
amazing.
is just another example of like the live streaming community and some of these people that you get to meet that they're not just creating content and putting it out there. They're actually heartfelt, like Mommy Lala is sharing so much insight and helping lift other people up too.
Yeah.
It's great. The good stuff.
Lala's everywhere. Her,
Mhm.
her,
Yes,
and
she is.
Marcus.
Have
Marcus
you
never
seen her on
sleeps.
TikTok yet?
I
I've been
I
watching you,
haven't.
Lala.
I've been. I will as soon as I go back to TikTok. I've been trying to stay away from TikTok because it's a time suck,
It
and
is.
and you
It
will
is.
literally keep. It's like
Yeah.
potato chips. You will eat the whole bag, and so therefore I can't go
Yeah.
to TikTok. So,
Yeah. Well,
um,
if you want some John Travolta moves, you gotta go check her out. She's got
yes,
the She's got the moves going
I
for
have watched a
sure.
couple of her shorts on YouTube, and I think she's cross promoting, posting
Oh,
those. So
then you're good. Yeah,
I'm
that's
good then. So,
great.
yes, I'm like, I'm not going over TikTok. I'll watch Lala on YouTube and watch her shorts. So,
See,
um,
that's a gift, knowing when to discipline yourself, right? It's enough.
yeah, one day I'll have that gift. So, so yeah, Google autocomplete. So, and I will do a demo on this later. So you can like literally type how to, and then type the letter A and just see everything. And so what gets shown first are literally the top hits. So sometimes it shows some really weird stuff, but this is the top hits that things get. And so I'll do how to A, how to B, how to C, and I'll see what comes up. And out of those things that come up, there may be something that fits your niche. And that's the other catch, is that you have to stay in your niche. If you're doing tech videos, unless you're doing shorts, you can't dance to John Travolta. But if you're doing tech videos, then you need to keep doing tech videos. Or if you're doing videos about
Right.
art and scrapbooking, then stay in your
Yeah.
niche when you do these kind of searches. Because I can't do tech videos and then do one about pet care. It's just not going to work on my channel long term, and it throws people
Mhm.
off, and it throws Google off too, YouTube off as well. So,
Mhm.
um,
Mhm.
and then figure out who your competition is, and go and see what they've done video wise. Your interpretation of something is going to be totally different than their video. Unless you were
Right.
just really gifted, you can't make a scene for scene video just like them,
That's right.
and you don't want to. Your personality is the secret sauce that goes in a video that says, "Hey, watch my video," because my secret sauce is this. I am annoying and an awkward human being, and therefore people want to see me have a train wreck. So, that's what I go for. That's my niche. So, um,
It's actually a really good point, because content isn't just what you're saying, but the person that's delivering it.
and that's so true because
Mhm.
if there's 10,000 reviews of the Mac Studio that just came out, 10,000
Mhm.
has to be at least 10,000. So you just go to the one that you like the most, that you're most comfortable with, and you watch that one. So, but then there wouldn't be 10,000 if 9,999 other people didn't want to go and do their interpretation of that,
That's right.
so that they could show their way of doing things. And so,
Mhm.
yeah, and so I think it's definitely all about putting your personality into the video and into your channel, being who you are,
Mhm.
being your true authentic self, because that's what people want to see. They want to see authentic people. They don't want to see fake people. They see fake right away, and so yeah,
Mhm.
that's my
Mhm. Could
story. I'm
smell
sticking
fake
to it.
from a mile away.
Yeah. And then some things that you can use in your videos to kind of help liven up your videos for B-roll or images. So Pexels is one site that has like free video that you can use. They'll also try to sell you some video, but they have free videos that you can use completely free. Sometimes they'll have a video producer that just wants you to like mention them in like your channel description, or do a shout out on YouTube or on Twitter or something to them. But
Mhm.
really cool, easy terms and conditions, nothing. And then Unsplash has images that you can use. I've used several of theirs in videos. And then I just do a tweet out to the photographer, and that's all they want. Several of them will go, "Hey, thanks so much for using my video, my picture in your video." So,
Mhm, mhm,
I'm just,
and
go
the
ahead.
quality is phenomenal. It's professional level, like Unsplash, I love it. It's even
Mm-hmm.
just beautiful looking through inspiration. Talking about inspiration of content to come up with, go
Yeah.
scroll through Unsplash, start looking at some of those images, what stories start flowing through you, where it just triggers you by looking at something. It's
That's great.
helpful when you have these tools available to you. But I'm glad that you shared that too, Roy, because a lot of times when it comes to live streaming, between the gear and the software and all these systems you have to buy, it gets it gets very expensive.
Yes.
So, even as, pros, we need to have resources so that we can make this dream affordable,
Yeah.
along the way. And that's a great way, I think, to also help promote other creative artists showcasing their artwork. But yeah, I love Unsplash. Another one that I use, I don't know if you've used Canva at all.
Oh, absolutely. I have a pro account of Canva.
Yeah,
I
in
used it
fact, I
free
have
as
the
long as I
Pro
could.
too. Yeah, I love it. It's one of my favorite, but they have so many video clips and photos and audio and music. In fact, the music that is fed through Canva, a lot of it's from, Epidemic Sound.
Hmm.
So but you just gotta scroll. They don't have it as organized
Right.
as Epidemic Sound for searching, but it's a resource that's there.
No, yeah, I use both those. In fact, I have affiliate links if you're interested in either of those two services. Down in my channel description, you'll find affiliate links for Canva, which you can get a 30-day free trial. And then
It's
also Epidemic
great.
Sound also get a 30-day
Yeah.
free trial. I use Epidemic Sound for my music as well.
Do ya?
It's just really easy to
Yeah.
work with, and I can use it in my podcast, and I can use it on my Facebook channel, and I can use it on
Mhm.
YouTube. So one service, and it works for all three. As long as I don't have more than one YouTube channel and try to use it, I'm good.
Perfect.
So yeah, it's great stuff. Great
Yeah,
stuff.
it is.
Now it's demo time. So I'm going to show you
Boop,
all
boop,
the
we
cool
gonna
stuff.
learn something, Roy
All right,
style.
here we
Boop,
go. Okay,
boop.
so first of all, I mentioned about go and find your competitors, and of course, Marcus Brownlee's my competitor. I can see that. He's afraid of me already. No, Marcus Brownlee has a great channel, and his videos are just so popular. And what you can literally do is go right here and choose sort by, and sort by the most popular, so that you can see what the most people are watching. So I'm a tech person. Marcus Brownlee's definitely a tech person. And so if he has a video that I think, well, that's interesting, but he didn't really cover this aspect of that product, or I have a different take on that product he reviewed, or a different take on that technology or software he talked about, then you go off and you make your video. That's one way to get an idea. And then another way I mentioned is to go. So this is my actual channel, and so there's my channel analytics. So if you go to YouTube Studio and go down to YouTube Studio, it'll take you here, and then go to analytics here on the right,
Mhm.
and it will show you. You scroll down, and it will show you your most popular videos. There's my 10 most popular videos. And my most popular one I did, this is in the last 28 days. So if I expand it out, I've got videos that had thousands and thousands and thousands of views over the time period it's been out there. But installing Parallels on Windows and installing Windows 11 using Parallels on my M1 Mac. I don't know why, but every month consistently this video gets thousands of views. This is how many views I've had in the last 28 days. So yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. Then I installed Ubuntu, so that was a big hit. Here's the crazy one to me though. This one I did in 2018. So we were talking about evergreen content. I did this video in 2018. It still gets 100 plus 250 views a month, easy.
Wow.
Um,
Wow.
it's great. And I go look in external links, and there are universities that are literally pointing to this video that I assume they're using for teaching their classes at college.
Oh my
So
goodness. It's
which
great.
is why I made this video, because I was teaching a course on MySQL, and I thought, well, let me just do a video about it for my students so that they can look at this video from home and see, hey, this is how I do something. And because of that just came on. And then I've got my Google Search Secrets series that I've been doing, and that's been
Mhm.
doing pretty well. So you go look and you see what you've done already. What can I do like a part 2 of, or 6 months later, this video revisited, or this demo, let me revisit this. So those are just
Mhm.
some ideas that I, kind of use to kind of come with ideas for my next video. I have Google, stupid Google search tricks coming up. I am in editing phase. I'm a little behind schedule. I was supposed to have it out last week. I'm sorry, guys. I will have it out next week, I promise. But that's, what I do for that.
That right there is what you call the marketing tease.
Yeah, it's coming. I promise.
It's
I
coming.
promised it. It will be out there. And then
It's
the other thing
coming.
that I've been doing is that for my more serious videos, I've been sharing them on LinkedIn. And LinkedIn has been bringing views to my YouTube channel and subscribers. So when I go look
That's
at my external
great.
links, I'll say, hey, LinkedIn, I've gotten this many subscribers from it. So LinkedIn is worth a look as well. I haven't been brave enough to go live at LinkedIn because, again, I'm still going to focus on YouTube. but I like the fact that it draws traffic to my YouTube channel. So
I
that's
think
another
you'll
thing.
do great on LinkedIn. And were you saying a minute ago that you focus also on SQL? Is that your
I
background?
So I'm an IT person. I've done Microsoft SQL and MySQL and Oracle and
Yeah,
lots of other database platforms and Linux. And so originally this was just to do videos, there were tutorials, but I have so many other interests in tech, so
that's
I cover so many
great.
things. So
I actually have a background too with SQL, and I used to program with Access Database. And my stint at Ford, I had done some Unix training and stuff like that. But it's interesting because I think it's kind of like a hidden power tool for tracking a lot of your, it could be your content, your everything, so you've got some hidden tools over there, huh?
yeah, well, funny enough, I'm teaching database concepts using Microsoft Access now at the university I'm
Nice.
teaching at it at night. So yeah, it's fun
Very
stuff.
cool. Yeah.
Um, let's go. Let's see. I've gotten a bunch more comments anyway. Let's see. Donna says, "Hey Lala, I hope you're doing well." Um, my guys, hey Donna. Hey Sammy Superstar. By the way, I loved your. It was great your events you had about interviewing skills. It was just great, and so thanks for the replays. I'm really enjoying that. So just did a great job with that conference, sir. So
And
and
he's
Liz, you're
incredible. He's so inspiring.
he
I
is,
think
and
one, you know, his youth and then his zest to take it on. So, yeah,
he's been
hence
live streaming forever.
Sammy
I think like
Superstar.
8 years now. I think he may pop in a
Yeah.
comment and say, no, I've been longer than that, but at least 8 years he's been live streaming. So
I think he was live streaming while he was still learning to walk, right? Something like that.
and Mama
So
Guy says, hey
natural.
Sammy. All right. Let's see. Going back to my demo here. Let's see.
It's good.
So let's go to YouTube first. Hang on. Where do I YouTube go? All right. We'll just go right here. All right. So take me to YouTube. Take me to my channel. And then put me on YouTube. All right, here's what I wanted to show you. So here you can type how to, and then A. Just type the letter A. And you're going to see these are the most popular searches for how to with the letter A. Hit B. And so here you have all these things. The videos that do the best are the ones where you're solving a problem for people. I
Oh,
mean,
that's good to
their
know.
entertainment only goes so far, but if you do videos where you're solving problems for people, those are the most popular videos on YouTube, unless you're Baby Shark. And I guess the problem there is entertaining a 3-year-old. I guess that's what Baby Shark is good. It's the problem it's trying to solve. So I literally go through and just change the letter C, letter D, and so here it is. Oh, how to dream. So that's not my area, but somebody out there needs to do a video on how to dream. I would do how to dream big with tech anyway.
That's
And
a
so
good one.
there's just different options on what you can do to find ideas. And then,
I love that. That is so simple. You don't have to get software. You just open up
yep,
YouTube, search it. I love that, Roy.
same thing works on YouTube. How to, let's see, how to add a second phone to your, okay, oh yeah, this was a search I did. But anyway, so if you want to make sure that the search results are not tainted by your own search results, then my recommendation is go up here and say incognito.
There you
And
go.
now the search will not be based off of what you do. So how to, and obviously you go to Google. Here we go. Sorry about that. All right. So here we are on Google. And so how to, and now play Wordle. So if you want to do the video on how to play Wordle, that's very popular. How to delete an Instagram account. Is there a rush on Instagram accounts right now? How to screenshot on Windows, how to pronounce. So here, I'll type the letter A, address an envelope, add fractions, apply for food stamps. So these are things that, so it does know my location, but by going incognito mode, it's not influenced by your past searches. It's supposed to be top 10, top searches based off of what other people are doing. So
That's great.
that's how you can get around that. And then
No more excuses for writer's block or creative block.
Yeah.
Google, how?
here's Google AdWords. So, I was playing around today, content creation ideas. So then now here it'll tell you how much Google would charge you to advertise using that word. But you can do Google AdWords for free. You just have to have a Gmail account, and you can go apply for an AdWords account. And then, like I said, when you get monetized, though, you will need Google AdWords for your monetization. Google AdSense for your monetization. So Google AdWords, Google AdSense, all that together ties in. But anyway, so some YouTubers will buy a word that's popular for them. I'm not going to do that, but those are just different options there.
That's great. I love that.
And here is Keyword Tool.io. Now, this is a paid service. You can do content creation. It's not as user-friendly, but content creation. But what it will do is it'll show you like search results for different sources. It'll hide some of it because it wants you, of course, to pay for it. But you can go here, and it will show you like top hits on YouTube and Bing and Google and Amazon. So while it's hiding the results, which makes me sad, it shows some of them. It's a paid service. You have to decide if it's a value proposition for you. I have not found it to be. I'm not an enterprise or a business. If I were an enterprise, it may make lots of sense, but it doesn't for me as just a YouTuber. So,
and I think that's key for a lot of people to know is they're either launching into this idea of becoming an entrepreneur, or they're even established, is realizing you're at different stages in your business journey. And as you grow, you bring on other tools, but just make sure that you can still sustain. So it's, a for-profit business, and you're not just paying for a very expensive hobby,
Oh, yeah. And this is a very expensive hobby, so I may have to turn this into a business to pay for my hobby. So you see I have vidIQ, and I also have TubeBuddy. So you can go to TubeBuddy, and the free version will give you keyword search. So I can go here and type content creation for beginners 2022. So, did that today. You'll find I'm terrible at using the keywords because I don't seem to care what the keywords. I want to do topics I want to do. But, I went and looked and said, okay, hey, if you had a 2022 edit, your results are pretty good. So I said, okay, fine. I'll put a 2022 on the end of it. And so it tells you how weighted is based off of your channel, how well it thinks it will do. And then unweighted is how it does around the rest of the internet. So weighted, this is based off how your channel has done in the past. So unfortunately, it says for me, it's probably going to be about 32 viewers are going to watch this video. We have to prove them wrong. So go out and hit the subscribe button.
Share this video.
Share my video and hit that like button. And let's tell YouTube they need to show this video to lots of people. So anyway, so that's how keyword search works with TubeBuddy. And then vidIQ also has Keyword Inspector. There's a little more limited in the free version. But, you can go here and type in your search word. Content. And the other thing that's interesting is that, and I suddenly can't type, is that their results may be different from what TubeBuddy says. So you have to take it with a grain of salt.
Because it's still AI.
It is still AI. But anyway, so I'll go here, and they say the competition's low, search volume, it gives it a score of 59. So that's not bad. That's pretty good. Sure, 100 would be great. It's on a scale of 1 to 100. So this tells you like how many searches, kind of search volume happened in the last month for this keyword. So there's vidIQ. Both of those, to really get anything good, you have to pay for them. And even vidIQ, even at the lowest tier, is aggravating. It seems like all the stuff I'd want costs more at the next tier. So I have not gone all in on vidIQ, and probably going to drop it like a hot potato when the time comes. But both of them are good services. vidIQ, if you pay money, does have a service called Daily Ideas that it bases off of your channel, and it's supposed to be AI. So Facebook page and Facebook ads and boosts. So obviously Liz would be great. This is a good idea for her. A lousy idea for me. But see, you take your YouTube skill, your Facebook skills, and do videos for them on YouTube, and that would be an idea for you. So
that's what I'm just starting to do. Is I'm just starting to dabble with the YouTube channel. I've
Yep.
had a lot of my content just sitting there, but now I'm seeing the value of making that effort.
Yeah. So, it's another suggestion. So it has an AI and it gives me up to 50 ideas per day.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. I find that a lot of them are just so specific to a specific YouTuber that just doesn't work for my channel. Can you start a website analytics? Yeah, I could see that being a good video. How does user experience impact SEO? Maybe. So you just have to go through this and find. This one's one that I can't do because I have yet to figure out how to niche down to where I need to be. I haven't done it yet. I just like too many things, so it's just really hard to niche down. So all right, what the heck?
You and
So
Matt House. Have you seen Matt House
yeah,
also?
he's all
Yeah.
over. He's got like 14 channels though, so he's got
At
a
least he
channel for each of his.
separates it.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
separates it. I'm like, I'm
it's
gonna do it all
awesome.
here. Some would say I should do my live videos on one channel and my how-tos on another. I haven't, so.
Yeah, no, I
But
think you're
it
good.
does make sense anyway. So that would be vidIQ and their AI. This is a paid piece. You get the lowest tier. It comes with it. I have found it only for marginal value, but probably have to pay the big bucks to get the real value. So they had like a Black Friday sale, and so I got it dirt cheap. So I was like, okay, for that price, I will try it. So that's what I'm doing. When that runs out, though, there probably won't be another Black Friday special, so I won't be able to do that anymore after that. And so there is a bunch of ways to come up with ideas for what to do videos about for your channel. And then
I have one for you. Oops,
please,
go ahead.
no,
Okay,
please.
this one doesn't involve any technology. Well, you have to have your computer, but really simple. If you really want to understand what your avatar or your market is saying, check out Amazon or even Barnes and Noble online for book reviews that are tied directly to your niche. So let's say that you were a wellness instructor teaching keto diet. You could go in and find out what are the most popular books out there with the most reviews. Look for at least a book with at least 100 reviews on it, and then start reading in the comments. What are those people saying? What were some of their obstacles? What were some of their accomplishments? What are some of their questions? Because that's what the current market's saying right now. And then use that to structure content, because you're going to be creating content specifically for your audience. And then the power in this, you're using their words back into whatever piece that you're creating.
No, that's a great suggestion. I
Takes a
haven't
little
never
more
thought of that.
research.
Yeah.
Takes a little more research. But as you're reading these comments, it's going to be feeding your mind of what is your market saying.
Well, and that's another thing we didn't mention is that a lot of times good ideas come out of comments on videos. You mentioned this earlier before
Hmm.
we went
Yeah.
live, and you're absolutely right. I've had a couple of comments, hey, can you do a video about? Or the other day, somebody watched one of my videos and they said, do you have a video about this? Oh, well, yeah, I already have a video for that, and I sent them a link to that. So hopefully they went over that video because they literally asked for it. And I've had people say, hey, do a video about this. I do find if you ask people, what should I do videos about? Nobody tells you anything, but if they organically watch your video, then they may offer suggestions on other things. But I like your Barnes & Noble or your Amazon idea. That's
Yeah.
great. You can see
Yeah.
like what the best-selling books are in your niche. And
That's
maybe
right.
that gives you an idea for a book. Or like you said, go through the reviews, the comments. I have done reviews for Amazon before on products I've bought because I've even done little video interviews. I mean, not video interviews, but video reviews and stuff. And so, hey, this is my experience with this product, and that I like it. And so, you're
Hmm.
right. That's a great source for more ideas. That's awesome.
Hmm. And don't go back. Don't be afraid to go back and make a repeat video. So, like you were saying, people were saying, do you have this video or that video? Sometimes your old content needs to be refreshed. You've got new people coming in. Some people that won't go back and look
Yeah,
2 years ago, but if it's content that you produce now, they'll watch it. We're
uh,
really a funny society, aren't we? Got to
we
figure
are.
out all these little psychological triggers with people. How do they work? I'm trying
Yeah.
to educate you.
Yeah, I want to do I want to do a YouTube video about MySQL Workbench on Windows 11. I haven't had a chance to do that yet, but it's already in my pipeline of ideas. Yeah, I've already covered that topic very in depth, but it was on Windows 8. It's still getting views, but let me do it on Windows 11 and see if that
That's
makes any
right.
difference in views. And because somebody may say, well, that's on Windows 8. That's too old to be useful to me, even
They
though
will.
nothing has changed.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean, that's a great idea. I like that. It's good stuff. Good stuff. Thank you. That's
Oh,
why I
gosh,
brought
my
you on here, because I
pleasure.
knew you'd come in with all the great ideas. Again, I'm
Well,
one of
I
those
learned
people.
from people like you. We that way? You. I'm learning from you. So I'll give a couple golden nuggets too. Hey, that's
Well,
good.
people
You're
usually
gonna
learn from
share.
my mistakes. That's usually what they learn from. It's like, oh yeah, that Roy guy, he did that. I'm not doing that. So I like
I
people
think,
to learn from my examples, even though they're
yeah,
bad examples.
I
So
think all of us, our biggest lessons usually come from a failure.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mommy God says great content as usual in today's stream. Thank you, Mommy. And then I guess she's commenting back when I said Sammy's been live streaming for at least 8 years. And so Polly wants a
He's
craft from Jerry
awesome.
Brown. Thanks for
Yeah.
coming by, Jerry. Thanks. So, let's see who
Jerry.
else. Jerry, Mama God's just saying hi to Jerry. And then Jerry said, I tried to keep my YouTube to one thing, but it's not the only thing I do, and it's not a popular subject. Some of the things I see with 8 million views a month are something I do just not on YouTube. So, and then he's shouting out the Mommy God. So, hey, I always love everybody gets on there and says hi to each other. That's always cool.
I
All right.
know. It's a beautiful thing. And Mommy Lala has a fan base.
She
We love
does.
Mommy Lala.
So hang on, going back to the boards. All right, I think so we did last time. So any other thoughts on content creation? Because I want to talk about the thing that I said everybody needs to stick around to the end for, because we need to talk about that. But any more thoughts you have on content creation? Other ideas that YouTubers can use to say, go make a video about this?
I think content creators can change the world. Like I think during the Renaissance period, the artisans were sculptors, painters, inventors. And I think content creators right now have the ability to change the world, whether for good or bad. And each of us have a gift, a piece of knowledge that we have, whether it's through education or our own personal experience. And there's a story, there's some kind of knowledge that you have within you. And right now, you are living literally in this renaissance of content creators having tools, resources, knowledge that previously was never available to the general public. So now's the time to start embracing your content, not being afraid of it. Unleash the story that you have within you and find your voice online. The more you do it, the more comfortable you'll get. It's kind of like going to the gym. The first couple times you go, it might hurt, but you keep going into that cycle and flowing. It'll come more naturally, and you'll also birth some incredible gifts for yourself and the people in your community.
That is great advice. I agree. I participated in Team Trees. I did one of the videos for that. That was a lot of fun that
Yeah,
Mark Rober and Mr. Beast did, and I thought this is really cool. And then they
so
did Team
much fun.
Seas, and that was cool. Trying to get the plastics out of the ocean. And there's so many YouTubers, content creators who are doing things about Ukraine and trying to raise money through UNICEF and other organizations to try to, it's quite a humanitarian crisis in the Ukraine right now with this war with Russia. So kind of devastated to see that. All right, so let's talk. Let's talk about this big
Yeah.
event. So the free Creators 30-day challenge that you have coming up April 1st. And you got a countdown
Yeah.
timer.
Gotta
So
have a
we're
countdown timer.
gotta have a countdown timer. Yeah. Just tell us about that. Tell us what your thought, how this came about.
Well, for the content creators, this one's maybe a little bit different. Some of the ones online where it's any kind of content, because content can be video, live streaming, recording, it can also be written form. It could be, even little tweets or little dance videos. But when it comes to helping your business propel, it's important to be strategic about the content you're creating and getting into that flow of doing it consistently. so that it feels natural. So what we're going to do is for 30 days, there's 31 days in April, but the last day we're going to leave to celebrate. But for 30 days in April, people that participate will have a chance to get some prompts for different content that they can create. Also, some strategies and some insight to help create more momentum with their content or even just improve it. So it's going to be fun. The way that I've structured it, there's almost like 4 different parts to it. There will be a task every single day, but ultimately, what will show you by the end how all of these little pieces can pull together to help you create your custom order or custom offer, whether it's sign up for my class or I have a new product or whatever is your big ooh wow. Sometimes people get in there, they do their social media post, and it becomes buy my stuff. Well, there's a reason why we call it social media. And a big part of this is the content creation. And it's a part that a lot of people are missing. So, over the course of this 30 days, we'll show you how to get back into that flow of things and maybe even help you have some of your own personal revolutions on things that you need to do, whether it's for mind, body, spirit, so that you can become an incredible content creator. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So it's free. It's absolutely free. But to get the full experience, you do have to go register. You can go to creators30.elizabethmarasco.com. You can register, it's free, and then you'll get a series of emails every day. We have a group that's going to be open for you to be able to participate in case maybe you don't feel comfortable going out to your own community and starting. So you'll have some place in our little private community. Or if you even want to, maybe you're a seasoned streamer, you're like surfing all over, you know what you're doing. Maybe you want to share it on your own platform, use it for your own marketing purposes, and then share it back into the group. So you can have people critique, share insight with you. And it's, going to be good for networking too. But
Yep.
it's all about our own personal development and having somebody support and encourage you along the way.
And here's the link right here. It's also in the channel. It's in the description. So hit the description if you don't see it. But there's a link right there. So go there, Creators30, and sign up. And I've already signed up, by the way. So I'm already signed up. So I'm going to do the challenge. I was going to not do challenges in April because I normally in the past there's a thing called Live Every Day in April that live stream pros usually do, and they're taking a break this year. And so I said, okay,
I love
great.
that, and I love Loria. I had a lot of insight, wisdom, knowledge that she shared, and that Lita was an incredible experience. I met so many wonderful people. So I was a little sad that they weren't having that. Yeah, so
Yeah.
maybe in August.
It's coming
We'll
in
get
August.
some
Yeah. But in the
Pocket
meantime,
Callie and Loria love.
yeah. In the meantime, we're going to all go do this challenge. So everybody go sign up for this challenge. And as she said, it doesn't matter what platform, whatever your favorite platform, that's where you do the challenge. And then every day you'll get an email, do this today, and as you said, you'll have a community to support them.
That's right.
So that's really exciting because a lot of us don't know how to hit that record button or that go live button or hit that submit button to put that message out there on our favorite social platforms or our least favorite social platforms, whatever they may be. So,
that's right.
So yeah, I'm very excited about this. That's awesome. So, well, let's see.
I'm excited too. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Even for me, this is the thing. I'm going to be learning along the way too. Even today, Roy, you were teaching me stuff I wasn't even quite aware of on the Google ads, and you're making me motivated to stay focused on the YouTube part too, and not to concede back down into my Facebook group.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm so grateful that I met you.
Well, I'm just really excited that you're willing to be on my show. I was like, oh, this is awesome. Because I've been watching YouTube. She does have a YouTube channel, guys. I've been watching it. And so you definitely go out there. We'll put a link in the description to that as well. Hang on. Let's see. Jerry says, I woke up on January 1st, 5 years ago and went on a video run. A project a day. I made about 200 projects before personal life shut it down.
Oh,
Wow, that's a lot of content. I'm just now hitting
yeah.
152 videos on my channel. So yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome, Jerry. And so be curious. I need to go to your channel and see where you are now and see what your journey looks like now. Because
So did he start again? Did you
I,
start again?
he
I'd
says,
love to know from him if he started again.
yeah, he says, I joined it. Got to get back into the roll of things. So cool.
All
Yeah,
right.
join the
Come
Creator
on down,
Challenge. Yeah,
Jerry.
all right. Yeah.
We're rooting for
All right.
you.
So,
And these things happen. I think that it's important for content creators to know sometimes accounts get shut down, sometimes things go wrong, and it's valuable to have supportive community around you to help pull you back in and say, hey, let's do this again. But yeah, so don't let that one shutdown hold you back. Come on down. Come share those tutorials again.
All right. And now it's time for the lightning round.
Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da.
All right.
Sound effect. There we go.
There we go.
All
Let's
right.
go. Lightning round. Lightning round, in case you don't know, is a game of this or that. So I have my guests come on and we ask them this or that questions. For example, is it apple? Do you like apples or do you like oranges better? So let's go. First question, milk chocolate or dark chocolate?
Dark chocolate.
Dark chocolate. Pizza or sushi?
Pizza.
Okay, here's a trick question. Pop-Tarts or waffles?
Waffles. Homemade.
Swimming pool or hot tub?
Swimming pool. I'm not getting in no hot tub.
A night person or night owl?
A little bit of both. Night, morning owl.
All right, chess or checkers?
Chess.
Okay. Sleep too much or sleep too little?
Too little.
Next question, cemetery or haunted house?
Cemetery.
Okay. Monopoly or Dungeons and Dragons?
Monopoly all day long. I'm going past go, but I want my $200.
My family doesn't like to play Monopoly with me because it's the only game I'm ultra competitive on.
Like, get him away from the board.
That
okay, what's your choice? What symbol do you use?
I don't even care. I'm more about the properties. See, I know the Mediterranean and Baltic are just as profitable as Park Place and Boardwalk. So, you just got to own that corner around Go, or even the purple with St. Charles Place. Those sometimes work out really good too. So anyway, but
I love it.
I don't want to give away my strategy. So, next question: spend your money or save your money?
Spend your money.
Okay. Next up, reading or writing?
Writing.
Call or text?
Depends on who. My mom, I'm calling. My boys, I'm texting.
You have
so
to match
I'll
it
say
to the
text.
demographic. Yeah, match it to the audience. Exactly. So, cats or dogs?
Oh, no, can't do it. Can't do it. Can't. Both of them.
Oh, both of them. We can't pick one.
I
Okay,
love
all right.
animals. Yeah, this is the first time we actually have not had a pet in our house in 20 years.
Oh, wow.
So we are overdue. And I think that we're going to probably start back up with a puppy and then maybe another cat. But yeah, love our little furry family for sure.
Yeah.
I pick both.
Okay. Well, we technically pick both here too. We have dogs.
Okay, I'll do a
cats, so,
dog.
yeah.
I'm doing the dog. He
all right,
goes
and
for
the last
walks with
question:
me.
ninjas or pirates?
Ninja, because I used to do karate.
There you go. All right. So, okay. Cool beans.
I got to know, are you a ninja or a pirate? Which one are you?
I'm a pirate. I'm more of a pirate. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm more of a pirate. That's where I'm at. All right, let's go back to here. All right, so kind of final thoughts. Oh, we did get some. Let's see. Jerry said, I just came back. It was my mother's passing away that made the cameras turn off, and now I'm in a place to get back. So Jerry, welcome back, and I'm very sorry for your loss. I know those traumatic times like that can throw us for a curveball, and so definitely welcome back to creative endeavors. And so
anyway. This could be a time for you to get into some healing too. It's important to take that time off as you need it, but to dig back in. Yeah.
Definitely. So, Liz, any final thoughts you have for us tonight on content creation?
I think the big thing is remember to have fun. Try not to be somebody else. People can smell it, like we said, 100 miles away. But have fun with it and find ways that you can inspire your local community or even at a bigger scale with the knowledge that you have. You have a gift inside of you, but to unleash it, you got to create something and share it. So do it, do it, do it.
I can't top that. Those are awesome final thoughts. Everybody, if you're watching this on replay, please in the comments say Team Replay and let me know where you're watching from. Thank you to everybody that's out there tonight. And that is our show. Thanks for watching. Here's
It was
our
so good to
outro.
come.
Yep, everybody, let's wave bye.
Bye,
Bye, everybody.
everybody.
Bye. Here's the customary outro. And we're out of here. Bye. Have a good night. And bye.